Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something I think we're all looking for in one way or another: peace. But not just any kind of peace. We're diving into a really profound and constant peace that, according to our source material, is actually a gift that's available to every single one of us. So let's start by thinking about where we usually look for it. Seriously, think about it for a moment. When life gets totally chaotic and you're feeling overwhelmed, where's the first place you look for a little bit of calm? Maybe it's a quiet room or escaping into a good book, maybe a vacation. We all have our go-to methods, right? But today, we're going to explore a type of peace that doesn't depend on any of those things. And this brings us to the first huge idea. The peace we're talking about today is just fundamentally different from the kind of peace the world usually offers us.
Okay, so this slide really lays it all out. On one side, you have worldly peace. And hey, it's great when you can get it, but it's so fragile, you know? It depends on everything going just right. The traffic is clear, the kids are quiet, the bills are paid. But Christ's peace, the peace from our source, is totally different. It's internal and it's unconditional. It's not something you have to go out and find or build from scratch. It's a gift, just sitting there, waiting for you to accept it, no matter what kind of storm is raging around you.
So, if it's not just the absence of noise or problems, what exactly is this peace? Let's try and nail down a clear definition.
The source calls it a divine peace that transcends worldly understanding. I mean, what a phrase, right? It means it's a kind of calm that doesn't always make logical sense. You could be right in the middle of a huge life crisis and yet, on some deep level, still feel this incredible sense of assurance and stability. It's a peace that doesn't need a reason.
Let's break that down a bit more. It's a gift you just have to accept. It's a source of calm. It's a way to finally let go of all that fear and anxiety we carry around. The source even describes it as a shield. Think about that. It's like this protective bubble that doesn't stop stressful things from happening, but it stops them from getting inside and messing with your core sense of who you are. It completely changes how you experience life's pressures.
And this leads us to a really crucial shift in perspective. Most of us think of finding peace as something we have to do, but this lesson suggests something completely different. So here's the first part of that big idea. You don't have to work for it. It's not a reward for being good enough or some trophy you get after a long, hard fight. It's simply accepted. That's it. This means the real work isn't in striving for peace, but in just letting go and opening yourself up to receive what is already truly yours. It's a huge shift from doing to just being.
This is the heart of it all. True peace doesn't care what's happening outside of you. It's kind of like the very, very deep part of the ocean. On the surface, you can have a massive storm, huge waves, all kinds of chaos. But way down deep, it's perfectly still and calm. This is about learning to access that quiet, steady place inside yourself.
Okay, this all sounds amazing in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we access this peace in our day-to-day lives? Well, the source gives us some really simple but powerful tools.
The source points us down 3 paths. The first is meditation, which is all about consciously quieting the noise to connect with that inner stillness. Second is using affirmations to literally retrain your brain and align your thoughts with this truth. And third, I love this one, performing acts of kindness. Because weirdly enough, when you extend peace to other people, it strengthens it inside yourself.
And here's a specific affirmation the source provides. Just imagine using this as a little mental anchor. You're in a stressful meeting or stuck in traffic. You just close your eyes for a second and repeat this to yourself. It's a super simple tool to remind yourself that this inner peace is always there, ready for you, right in that very moment.
And for anyone who wants to go a little deeper, the lesson also suggests things like daily reflection and journaling. These aren't just homework assignments. They're ways of training your own awareness. You start to notice the mental walls you've built that might be blocking the very peace you're looking for. So let's bring all of this together. This isn't just some interesting spiritual idea to think about. The source material frames it as a very real, very personal invitation. And really, that's the biggest takeaway. This deep, unshakable peace isn't some far-off goal. It's not for a special, select few. It is an ever-present gift, a fundamental part of who you are, just waiting for you to turn your attention to it and say yes.
So I'll leave you with this question from the source material to think about. Notice the word choice. It's not, how can I find peace or how can I create peace? It's, how can I invite it in? And the difference between those words, well, that's everything. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.